So where can you find the ultimate Florida e-bike buyer's guide? Hi, it's Jim Dodson, the Florida Bike Guy. Uh, for the last year, we've been working on that exact project, and it's been on our website. But I want to talk to you a minute about it today because why, if you're interested in e-bikes, you should look at it. We're going to cover like what is an e-bike, the classifications of them, the reason why it's important to know those classifications. I'm going to talk about what's in our buyer's guide in addition to that, like how do they work, the motors, the batteries, all the stuff that you really should have some sense about before you walk into a dealership or look online in order to kind of get an idea what you're looking for. And we're going to go through what we have here is an amazing compilation of e-bikes. We have 63 e-bikes today. This number changes every week. We have 2 or 3 in process to be added to our guide. But just to tell you, I'm so really proud of my team who's put together this e-bike buyer's guide. It's truly a team effort because it's a very confusing market. You have e-bikes you can buy for $599 or you can pay $14,000. And what are the advantages and disadvantages of each of these things at various price points? And so what we've done is we've organized our guide to talk about what is an e-bike and equipment and all that in the beginning. And we have 63 e-bikes in here. We've organized them by those that are cost under $1,500, those that are between $1,500 and $3,000, and then those that are over $3,000. So we have 14 under $1,500. We've got 18 that cost between $15,000 and $3,000. And we have 31 that are over $3,000. So really, I think we have information at every price point. The big thing for us is that the market is really flooded with a lot of inexpensive e-bikes that are very attractive to people for obvious reasons. The problem that you as a consumer need to think about is, if I buy this inexpensive e-bike and something goes wrong with it, can I get a part for it? Or if I'm just going to junk this thing and have to buy another one, which happens a lot. Some of the inexpensive e-bikes flooding the market from overseas don't have part support. And you need to know that when you buy one. We had someone who was a client in our office who ended up having just the rear wheel bent in a small collision, and that made the whole $1,200 e-bike inoperable. And they couldn't get a part for it, and the whole thing was just basically trash. So what we have set out to do, and I tasked my team, when we find an e-bike, we want to know where it's made, where the parts are going to be coming from. We have bikes that are made overseas, but every bike that we have in our guide that's made overseas has a United States parts distributor. And we'll lay that out and tell you exactly who they are and where you can buy the parts. We're going to give you specific information about the bikes, like in addition to the price, what is the motor? What kind of motor does it have? What kind of battery? What kind of battery life? How long does it take to charge the battery? What are the tech specifications for it? Give you all that. What does it weigh? Weight is a very big thing on an e-bike. You need to know whether you have one weighing 30 pounds or 60 pounds, because it makes a huge difference, particularly to people that are of a smaller frame and a little bit lighter weight, to be muscling around a 60 or 65 pound e-bike. So these are all things that you can sit in your home and kind of get a feel for what the market has in store. The other thing that I'm very proud, Katie always goes out and finds an available review on each e-bike we have in our guide, if it's available. So we have a resource for you for every one that we print that tells you something about the bike and how it's viewed by knowledgeable people in the bike industry, which is, I think, a huge thing, because you're not going to find that when you're looking on your own. So just back up a minute. I want to talk to you about the big thing to remember about e-bikes. Remember Simon Cowell was injured on allegedly an e-bike, which turned out to be an electric motorcycle. In order for the bike that you buy to qualify as a bicycle, which is an important category, it can't be more than a class 3. Remember, we have 3 classes. Class 1 is pedal assisted up to 20 miles an hour. Class 2 is throttle only. You see people riding along, no pedal involvement, throttle only up to 20 miles an hour. Or Class 3 is pedal assisted with a maximum speed of 28 miles per hour. That's as fast as an e-bike in Florida is permitted to go and still qualify as a bicycle. Remember that if you buy something that has a top speed of 30 or 35 or gets juiced up beyond the capability of what it was made to do, you suddenly are now riding something which is no longer a bicycle. It could be an electric motorcycle, it could be qualified as a moped, but then you run into, does it have, are you required to put a tag on it, and does it require a license to drive it, and do you need insurance for it? So those are things that you avoid. All of that, if you buy a bicycle, is one of the 3 classifications that Florida has set up, which is also important that if you ever got into a crash with an e-bike, you're on a bicycle which would be covered by your underinsured motorist coverage on your auto if the driver who hit you did not have adequate insurance. If you're on a motorcycle, then you're going to need, in many situations, additional separate insurance. So that's an important thing to keep in mind when you're thinking about what you're going to buy. We have an extensive discussion in our guide about the various types of motors. Where is the best motor? What are the sensors that make the motor operate? It's better to have a mid-drive motor where the gearing is, where the pedals are you happy with a hub drive? Either the motor is in the front wheel or it's in the back wheel. We talk about the pros and cons of that. We talk about the pros and cons of large batteries and small batteries and battery life and all of that. You get a real sense of what to look for if you read through this guide. There are really 2 kinds of sensors, 2 major types of sensors that are used, and we'll talk about the ones that are used on the e-bikes. Braking is a big issue. What kind of brakes is your bike going to come with? Even tire issues. You have a lot of choices. You can get a traditional road bike type tire or a fat bike tire on the beach. So all this is discussed in here, so you can sit here and read about it. We have the pros and cons of buying what you're going to buy at a bike shop, or are you going to buy online? It's tempting to sit at home and look online. These things look great, but no, are they going to service it? And how long will it take to get it serviced? And what happens if something breaks? You can get a part for it. It's really easier to walk into a bike shop and pick your bike back and say, hey, this is not going to be an issue here, because they're typically going to be able to stand behind and get parts for the bikes that they are selling. So, and for those people who are really unfamiliar with cycling, looking for an e-bike, I've got a good discussion of bike helmets, what you need to look for in a bike helmet, and what I actually recommend. So if you look at all of the bikes that we have, and on each one of them, you're going to get what it costs, where it's manufactured, where the parts are coming from, if we're coming from the United States. If it's in our guide, it has an American parts distributor somewhere, or at least through a dealer network. You get features about the bike, its weight and specifications, battery, all the different things. So they come with lights, what kind of lights they come with. So this is that very concise information available to you. And I personally would say you don't walk into a bike shop or look online until you educate yourself through our guide to find out what would I most likely want to ride. And you can read about this all day long, but you need to go to various places, get on the e-bike and ride two bikes. You can get a sense of how it performs. What's the difference to you of a bike that weighs 60 pounds or a bike that weighs 30 pounds? The hard part about bicycles is like buying an automobile. You want a convertible or you want a van. We have e-bikes that are commuter bikes. We have them that are mountain bikes. We have them that are cargo bikes where you can haul children, haul gear. We have just the one speeds, multiple speeds, what's the difference in those? All this is talked about in our guide. So I'm honestly very proud to be able to offer this. We offer it free of charge. It's a free download on our website. I hope that you'll take advantage of it, because I think that you'll become a much more informed consumer. Any bike, whether you're paying $599 or $15,000 for the bike, is a substantial investment for each one of us. And I think you just want to make sure that you're using your money wisely and getting a product that's going to bring you a lot of happiness, a lot of joy for many years to come. And I think the best way to do that is to have more information influencing the decision that you make about the product. And I would also say, if you're doing this evolving search for an e-bike, we're adding e-bikes almost every week. So come back and check it out. You can tell if we've updated it. This current one is the July 2021 edition. Katie's showing the link. So when we add bikes to it, you're going to see it'll be the August edition, or it'll be whatever. As we add, we're going to update the month. So we know that something's new if it's the current month. So as you know, I'm a personal injury lawyer. Our office is in Clearwater. We represent clients throughout Florida. Whether you've been injured on the bike or a passenger or a driver in an automobile, we have a special commitment and a dedication to helping cyclists. I'm an active road cyclist myself. I ride a mountain bike, I ride a road bike. If I can help you after you've been injured in a bike crash or a motor vehicle crash, call me. I'll do anything I can to help you if it's possible. I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope you download our guide. And if you have a bike that you don't find in here, that you find that you want to buy or bought yourself, let us know. The market is full of these bikes, so I'm always interested in feedback from people who have used them and bought them and have something they really care for. I'm Jim Dodson, the Florida Bike Guy. Download our e-bike guide and ride safely. Thank you.